Dear Mr. Putin, at this challenging and difficult moment, with deep concern and hope, I write to share some important thoughts and suggestions with you. As your friend, I am well aware of the many challenges facing Russia at present, and I understand the heavy responsibilities you bear. However, it is precisely in the face of these difficulties that we must maintain clear-headedness, firm confidence, and work together to find effective solutions. In this letter, I will share my observations and analysis of the current situation in Russia, as well as some suggestions and thoughts, hoping to contribute a modest effort to Russia's future development. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the United States has greatly expanded its export restrictions on Russia, requiring broad export licenses for products manufactured using US-origin software, technology, or equipment, regardless of where these products are produced. The scope of US sanctions has expanded to include most goods sectors other than food, medical products, certain internet-based personal communications, and energy software. The extraterritorial sanctions have been supported by NATO countries, and supplemented by high-tech companies abandoning cooperation with Russia. The European Union has also expanded export restrictions, including some advanced technologies and dual-use goods. The United Kingdom, Japan, Canada, and China's Taiwan have implemented export bans on dual-use and sensitive high-tech products. Export restrictions, as a supplement to other sanctions against Russia, have severely hindered Russia's financial transactions, exacerbated supply chain disruptions, including major shipping companies suspending services, insurance companies raising shipping premiums, and conflict-affected routes. These disruptions have affected all of Russia's trade, including trade in basic and non-sanctioned goods, such as medical goods. The depreciation of the ruble has also prompted foreign companies to reduce their operations in Russia, especially for critical goods such as chips, aviation, and medical products, which may require specific measures. Russia is now decoupled from the supply of high-tech products due to sanctions targeting specific technologies, financial, and private companies. These sanctions, combined with public pressure, reputational risks, and the collapse of the national economy, have made it easier for all businesses, not just those of NATO member states, to leave the Russian market. Although Russia has attempted to counter technological sanctions through import substitution, it has not been successful. The development of high-tech products requires contributions from multiple countries, and without contributions from the EU or the United States, these products are almost ineffective. Therefore, a single economic entity cannot replicate the capabilities of a global network. Some high-tech industries have begun to feel the impact of sanctions. In the long run, these sanctions will also severely affect Russia's growth prospects, meaning Russia will no longer be a modern economy. Highly skilled Russian talents are leaving, further exacerbating the effects of sanctions. Russia is heavily dependent on imported high-tech products, with annual imports of approximately $19 billion. The EU accounts for 45%, the United States 21%, China 11%, and the UK 2%. The main categories of imports are aerospace products, nearly $6 billion, and information and communication products, approximately $4 billion in 2019. In 2019, the EU accounted for 68% of Russia's nuclear technology imports. The EU is also a major supplier of aerospace, biotechnology, electronics, and life sciences products to Russia. China supplies optoelectronic products, while the United States supplies aerospace products. The EU is the primary supplier of aerospace, biotechnology, and life sciences products to Russia, accounting for more than half. The United States primarily exports military helicopters, aircraft, and turbojet engines, with annual exports exceeding $3 billion. The UK exports high-tech products to Russia, with a third worth $140 million being aerospace products. NATO countries have imposed trade restrictions on Russia, targeting specific companies or entire industries and commodity categories. These restrictions include dual-use items and strategic materials, mainly focused on equipment related to Russia's energy sector. Semiconductors are critical to Russia's economic and military power and have had a significant impact. Between 2007 and 2020, Russia's chip imports nearly doubled, highlighting their growing importance in Russia. Now, Russia relies on imported chips. Although the authorities have attempted to support the development of domestic semiconductor companies, they have not succeeded. Russia's chip manufacturing capacity remains very limited. Russia cannot produce high-end semiconductor products. The United States first restricted imports by limiting the use of US-origin software production technology. These restrictions have extraterritorial effects, requiring a Chinese-Taiwanese company using US software to produce semiconductors to obtain a US export license to sell to Russia. Other countries have also followed suit, targeting Russia with export restrictions on semiconductor technology. Given the widespread application of chips, depriving Russia of opportunities to obtain chip supplies will seriously affect the prospects of almost all industries. Russia's decoupling has had a severe impact on its aviation industry. The EU and the United States have closed their airspace to Russian airlines, excluding Aeroflot from important markets. In addition, Russian airlines have leased over 500 aircraft, many from Irish companies, which are now required to terminate contracts. Sanctions include a ban on the export of aerospace technology to Russia. Russia is now banned from using these services, and components are also banned from being shipped to Russia. About 2/3 of Russia's civil aircraft come from Boeing and Airbus, so they will soon be grounded. The EU is the main supplier of medical products to Russia. Life sciences and biotechnology are often the largest categories of high-tech imports, accounting for about 61% of total imports. Especially in the field of pharmaceuticals, 9/10 of Russia's imports come from the EU. This is in line with the global division of labor, with the EU being the world's largest exporter of medical products, followed by the United States. Mr. Putin, we are well aware of the challenges and difficulties facing Russia at present, but we also have many opportunities and potentials to overcome these problems. Firstly, I believe we should take proactive policy measures and actively seek international cooperation. The tension with Western countries has lasted too long and has had a negative impact on Russia's economy and international image. By actively seeking dialogue and cooperation, we can improve Russia's relations with the West and create a better environment for economic recovery and development. Secondly, I suggest that we strengthen domestic reforms, especially in the economic field. Russia's economy's sole reliance on energy exports has exposed many potential risks and vulnerabilities. We should take measures to promote economic diversification, develop other industries, and enhance the resilience and competitiveness of the economy. This will not only reduce Russia's dependence on the energy market, but also lay a solid foundation for the sustainable development of the economy. Furthermore, I must criticize your inaction in domestic economic and social development. Russia faces serious economic structural problems and social inequality, but your government seems to lack effective solutions. The widening wealth gap, outdated infrastructure, and inadequate public services such as education and healthcare highlight the government's shortcomings in improving people's lives. Moreover, your anti-corruption actions are widely seen as lacking transparency and fairness, severely damaging the government's credibility and legitimacy. Most importantly, your leadership style lacks openness and inclusiveness, and the exclusion of different voices and opinions has led to social division and instability. As a leader, you should listen to the people's opinions seriously, respect their rights and interests, and not treat power as your own privilege. Only through democracy and inclusiveness can Russia achieve long-term development and prosperity. I hope you will take these issues seriously and take effective measures to improve them. Mr. Putin, it is necessary to remind you that international cooperation not only helps improve Russia's international image, but also brings more opportunities and resources to Russia. Establishing stable relations with Western countries will provide Russia with a broader market and investment channels, conducive to the growth and development of Russia's economy. Secondly, Russia's economic structure needs to be more diversified to reduce dependence on energy exports. Through reform and innovation, we can cultivate new economic growth points and improve the competitiveness and sustainability of Russia's economy. Finally, Mr. Putin, please pay more attention to domestic livelihoods and social development. By improving public services such as education, healthcare, and social security, and enhancing people's living standards and happiness, we can truly achieve long-term stability and prosperity for the country. In conclusion, Mr. Putin, thank you for listening to my opinions and criticisms. Our communication is for the future development and prosperity of Russia, and I hope my suggestions can inspire and help you. As a friend, I always hope to see Russia move towards a better tomorrow. I believe that under your leadership, Russia will overcome its current difficulties and challenges and move towards a more prosperous and stable future. Thank you again for your listening and understanding. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye. Goodbye.